more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
It's August, and that means summer is winding down and the kids are back to school with lots of fall activities coming up. All great things, but also cause lots of stress. Instead of letting your nerves get the best of you and cause uncomfortable tightness, get ahead of it all with a massage from The Body Shop. The Body Shop in Lincoln is your place for all types of massages. Deep tissue, hydrating, sports, Swedish, hot stone, aroma, and more. And don't forget about their couples massages. Book your appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
If you have concerns about your drinking water, just call Bryant. If your water doesn't look right, smell right, or taste right, Bryant can help. If your water has high levels of iron, Bryant can help. If you're tired of foggy dishes and dingy clothes, Bryant can help. Whatever your home water needs are, Bryant is here with a solution to fit your needs. Be sure about your water. Just call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Summer is winding down, but there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this fall, any day from Monday to Friday, starting on September 25th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Call today at 402-742-0140.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Beef, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ironhide Construction is hired. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
welcome in. Happy Friday. Happy less than 24 hours away from kickoff between Nebraska and Colorado. Nick Sainert with you as usual. However, Rico is back in the studio. Joining me to my right is the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman. We are live here in Boulder. We're sitting here at the Embassy Suites. Today we're inside. Tomorrow we're going to be outside in the thick of it. We just didn't want to get in the way of all the fine blur people setting their stuff up. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere here tomorrow. Jay, how was the flight? How's Boulder been treating you so far this morning, man?
The flight was good, man. And look, anytime you can take off a touchdown, it's a good feeling. And myself and my fellow Husker teammates have had lifelong ownership up here in Boulder, so it's great to come back to our old stomping grounds where we have definitely planted numerous Nebraska flags, and I look forward to the young Huskers that are led by Matt Rule to do the same.
We're going to talk a lot about it. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line are two ways that you guys can get involved with the show. We'll take your texts, we'll take your calls all hour long as well, and then we'll take you into On the Block with Strick and Austin as well. Jay, man, we enjoyed some breakfast. We broke bread together, as they say it, and it was really good.
It was, man. It's look, I always I like Colorado. I like Denver. I like Boulder.
Wait, can we clip that? Can we clip Jay Foreman saying he likes Colorado?
I like Colorado as a state.
There it is.
Especially some of those special their laws on the hieroglyphics. Definitely, that's much appreciated. And then I like, it's a beautiful state.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like the University of Colorado.
There you go.
I'm not even sure if I quite even respect them. I'm just not really sure if I respect them.
Yeah.
And I have a couple good friends, especially one in particular, Fred Jones, that I played with in Buffalo, who's one of my good close friends. He's a former Buff, so I respect him. And Nebraska should be flying up here if they haven't left yet. It should be like, come up here like some ravaged dogs and be up here wanting to hunt like some wolves, just because, it's going to be quite the atmosphere and the best way to control that, which, we had experience when, back in coming out here and playing good football. And big question, like we did in the little clip that we had before we got on Twitter, is like, look, conventional run game is going to be huge. The turnover margin is going to be even bigger. The thin line of, there is no air. There is razor thin line for air. And defensively, we got to limit their explosive plays. We got to tackle well in open space. We got to have multiple guys that are rushing the passer, get out of the stack and help him be a secondary tackler.
Now, once again, we are hanging out here downtown Boulder. Jay's Hotel's across the way. We're sitting here at the Embassy Suites.
Listen, man. People here, listen. I know you guys can see me on the stream here. All right, listen. Nick is just freshly out of college. I'm willing to bet you've probably taken how many trips?
I've taken quite a few
on the plane.
Not on a plane.
Okay, yeah.
No.
So, but you've taken about just say a handful of trips on a plane.
Yep.
I have taken significantly more than you.
Yep.
And have been and as a member of every hotel and program to where you possibly could get some points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this, folks. I was fortunate enough to get a room here close by the festivities, and Mr. Nick Sainert stays at a hotel a little bit down the road.
Yep.
Take him up there, waiting for him to come out. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes to check in. We 12 minutes deep.
We were. It took a while.
Yeah, I was like, where's Nick? Did he get? Do I got to put an APB out him?
Yeah, I got lost in Boulder.
He comes running out the hotel. Big old Kool-Aid smile on his face.
No, I played it cool. I felt like I played it cool, Jay.
No, you played it cool until you got in the car
because I knew what your reaction was going to be.
And I said, did you get? I'm thinking like maybe you had a problem checking in. They didn't have a room. They're looking for a room. He's like, oh no, they had me a room. He's like, yeah, they upgraded me to the presidential king suite. The presidential king suite with no points. Right, I got 8 million points over here.
And 2 queen beds.
It got 2 queen beds.
That's true. It's a true story. Fortunate. Shout out to the Renaissance Inn.
I
But,
mean, he was in there laying his
hey,
jelly down,
hey,
talking.
well, then I have to say. So Jay and I then went up. We went up, saw the room, right? Because I had to drop my bag off.
Legit. It's definitely
it's legit.
It's definitely an upgrade,
right? It's an upgrade than what I originally planned on having. But then the deadbolt got stuck, and
so
Jay saved the day.
Yeah. So then this is also his deadbolt got stuck because he was so excited to get into the
That's
room.
not
This
true.
is exactly what happened. And people that the text line will tell you, and people on the stream will tell you, when you put the key card in, the deadbolt goes off, and then you gotta, not slowly, but you gotta open it in a rather rhythmic, pace. You just ripped that bad boy open, so it tripped out the deadbolt. The deadbolt came out, and then he couldn't shut the door. We were going to leave. He was going to call his VIP line. I said, "Hold on, Nick. Okay, I'm not VIP, but I'll save the VIP line a little bit of work." Went over there and got it going, and saved the day. But
the real issue,
rather my trip, Nick. Yeah. Your trip has been great. You got valet service this morning.
Yep. Shout out to Jay.
Yeah,
I just finished my little breakfast at my first hotel, and Jay in the rental car pulls on up and just hop on in.
Yeah, I mean, it was like
it was nice.
I mean,
it was nice.
All I needed was to have a sign that said Mr. Sainer.
That's all you needed.
Yeah.
So I was a little disappointed you did not have that though. But once again, 402-464-5685. We do have access to the text line here in Boulder. We also we'll take your phone calls the entire show today. The lay of the land, the plan for the rest of the afternoon is that we're going to be on here till, let's see, it'd be 2:00 as usual in Nebraska time, 1:00 here in Boulder. And then we're going to hand it off to Austin and Strick. They'll do the on the block show from 2 to 4. And then DP is scheduled to get here at some point in the afternoon. Now it's unclear of they're driving. DP and Rebecca are driving.
Right.
So they are on the road right now, and depending on when he gets there, we'll just fill time with whoever's here. Jake is en route. And so we got plenty. I know Strick. Yep, Vershawn, Terrell are en route. Yeah. So we'll have plenty of bodies here to help out and take you through the rest of the evening here as we are getting the rest of the ticket folks on the ground here in Boulder. A couple minutes before we go to break, Jay, I guess we're starting to see Husker fans. We'll really get into the game here in the next segment or so. We're really starting to see Husker fans start to migrate their way over here. When we were eating breakfast, there were a couple Husker fans that we saw. Plenty of Colorado gear, though.
Right.
This town is pretty fired up for what's going on in Colorado right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like it was a few years ago when Scott Frost was the head coach. You could barely see any Colorado fans. It was more of the younger.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, all the ones that we saw, whether we were at Safeway, the grocery store, or the place that we ate breakfast, is all the older fans. They got the Colorado, not only the T-shirts, they got the like the little things on their face. They got their hats and everything. So the focus around the program, the energy around the program, the energy in Boulder, the energy all the way down in Denver. Really, when I got off the plane, I saw a ton of people with Buffalo stuff on. Is crazy. It's monumental for where Colorado has been ever since they made the trip to the Pac-12 championship a few years back, and think of 16-17. It's a testament to their athletic director going out and thinking outside the box and hiring Deion Sanders. It's a testament to Deion Sanders and his staff creating the energy around the program, and then also the players, because they came from all across of America, different universities, different times, and they went out there in week one and put a good product out there.
Well, and that's the thing is, I think, me and Jay, we're not trying to crown Colorado as a top 20 team or a top 15 team in the country and then a national championship contender, because it is one game, right? But as what we saw, or from what we saw last Saturday, is that they do have a dynamic offense. They have a lot of athletes and athleticism, especially on the perimeter. I mean, if we're going to talk about Nebraska when we come back, I guess just from a defensive perspective, taking into account that Ty Robinson's going to be missing the first half of the game tomorrow, right? That might be something that's kind of gone not under the radar, but just forgotten about in the grand scheme of it all. Ty Robinson is not going to be available for the first half tomorrow. You're really going to need to somehow apply pressure with that
Right.
front three or front four or however you're lined up with Tony White's defense
Right.
to get to Shadur Sanders.
Yeah, that means, that jack position, which is, normally your playmaking position, Chief Borders, MJ Sherman, Jamari Butler. You guys have got to make up for that loss to Ty Robinson, especially in the first 2 quarters. But overall, that position wasn't very effective in the first week. And so that's how you're going to try to control it. But the one thing, Nick, is that, everybody talks about the athletes and think like, oh, you just give it to them and they just run around in circles and then everybody gets tired and they score. It's a very detailed offense. It's very rhythmic. They attack you in all 9 spots on the field. And they put the pressure on you and they play at a certain pace and they make you tackle in an open field. They're physical out there on the, their skill position guys. And so they create a lot of problems. And then what Nebraska's defense has to do, first and foremost, they have to communicate like no other. They have to be the best communicating unit out there from a best unit out there from a communication standpoint. And then that will put them in a position to play aggressive, but then also be cognizant of the potential of big play.
Well, I think when we talk about big plays, I think Colorado, from what we saw on Saturday, Jay, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're one of those teams that's going to get a big play here and there, right? They have the athletes. What something I said yesterday on the show is Nebraska's then job is you can't allow compound big plays, right? We saw the accuracy of Shadur Sanders on Saturday. We saw the athleticism of Travis Hunter, Dylan Edwards. Everybody knows the list of athletes. They're probably going to hit a big play. They're going to hit a shot down the field. Even in Nebraska playing some good coverage. That's just you tip your cap. You can't allow big plays to be compounded or have it backed up with a penalty or a penalty gets you into that position. They got to they got to avoid compounding mistakes or big plays.
Yeah, no double whammies or triple whammies. And so if Hunter makes a play or Shadur Sanders makes a huge run or something like that, and you did everything you need to do, as far as the call, the execution, they just make a good play. Keep making them make big plays. Don't give them a coverage break, right? Don't give them a technique break. So that pressure will solely fall back on Colorado. And that's one thing TCU didn't do. They didn't make Colorado have that internal pressure that we have to execute through good coverage, through physical tackling, through the right leverage and technique, as far as, who's setting the edge, who's the field player, right? So you do that.
Exactly.
You do that in the run and pass game. You'll be more than set, and you'll be able to actually slow them down, because when you make mistakes, then it all of a sudden seems like the field is twice as wide, and them with a lot of space is a big problem.
One last thing before we get to break. Once again, Nick and Jay hanging out with you guys from the Embassy Suites. We're here with Blur Tailgate Blur events. They'll be kicking things off. They're getting some stuff set up. They got the big TV screen as well. It looks like, I think it's a 15-foot TV screen that they talked about. We got the food vendor trailers pulling up as well. It's going to be a good time here tomorrow morning and afternoon for the Nebraska-Colorado game. Staying on Nebraska's defense, one last thing before we switch it, go to break and talk about Nebraska's offense. As a linebacker yourself, Colorado with their athleticism, right? We saw obviously Dylan Edwards over 100, Travis Hunter over 100, Xavier Weaver over 100, and then Jimmy Horn Jr. also over 100 yards receiving individually. I think a lot of we expect Colorado to take a deep shot, which they will. But the horizontal game, right? The underneath passes are something that Nebraska is going to have to limit, because we saw it on Saturday. Colorado was down to TCU at one point on 4th, and it was medium. They threw it out actually in the backfield to, I believe, Dylan Edwards, and he ran it in for a touchdown up the near sideline. So, does that fall on Nebraska's linebackers to be able to get to a spot and make an open field tackle?
Yeah, it does. It falls on the linebackers, but then it falls on the outside guys too as well. So as a rusher, and you see your running back coming towards you, you got to get your hands on him, right? And then you go into your rush. That's going to slow him down, slow off the timing of getting that ball, in that case, to Dylan Edwards and allow him to hit the corner on him. And then the next thing you know, you're striking up the band. And so you got to take your right angles as far as when your coverage, make them make a pass or make them make a really good throw or a harder throw, and then you're there to make the tackle. But when you're a day late, dollar short, and you have bad eyes, and that's what that linebacker did, and he got a half a step on you, Dylan Evers with a half a step on you is equivalent to 3. You could have just stopped right there because it's a touchdown. So I think the biggest thing for Nebraska linebackers, and this is obviously the defense as a whole, is put yourself in the best position possible to make plays, make the easy plays. And you have to do that by just covering the fundamentals over and over and over before, that's pre-snap communication. That's assignment, alignment, and be aggressive. And then you got to have some anticipation as well. And then, therefore, you will limit their big plays. And then let's see how they play without, almost a guaranteed explosive play or a mini explosive play per series. Let's see how you do if you got to drive at 80 and be meticulous. They have not yet had to do it, except for, I think, the first series. They drove the length of the field. But I want to see you do it 4, 5, 6 times and us not making mistakes. But you got to make 4, 5, 6 series worth of plays. And let's see where the game ends up after that.
It's starting to warm up a little bit here in Colorado, Denver, Boulder, wherever area you are. If you guys are driving and not making your way out here to Boulder, make sure you send us a picture. Let us know where you're at on the journey out here to Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, check in.
402-464-5685. You can send a picture or just let us know on the text line, or even give us a call in and let us know how the journey out west is going for you and your vehicle. But anyway, once again, Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. It's supposed to be 76 degrees at kickoff tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 10 a.m. local time kickoff here in Boulder, and it's going to be 76 degrees with less than 5 miles an hour of wind. So perfect football conditions if you are playing in the game, or even if you're a kicker in that type of environment.
Right.
Let's talk about Nebraska here when we come back. Let's talk about what Nebraska needs to do. I think you've heard all week, run the ball. But what happens if Nebraska can't find success on the ground game? Where do they turn? Who do they turn to? We'll talk about that when we come back. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman. It's the happy hour. Shout out to Rico back in the studio pushing all the buttons. I definitely want Rico to chime in at some point later this show, because we do have weekend picks, Jay Foreman. So we will have to get Rico's input on the teams he's picking for college football this week. We'll be right back. You're listening to the happy hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the Valley Bait North, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Imagine a world where no one explains the rules of the game. No discussions of how money works. No game plan for how education supports your future job or career. And certainly no coaching about how to start or run a business. Too many young people leave school without critical skills in financial literacy, work and career readiness, and entrepreneurship to reach their potential in life. Junior Achievement is working on leveling the playing field, but we can't do it alone.
Be a game changer. Visit ja.org/volunteer.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Hey, it's Chad with the Nutrition Authority inviting you to stop in and check out the all-new complete post-workout recovery, CPR. CPR is ideal for anyone who works out or competes and wants to maximize results. CPR can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today and try a free sample or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Beef, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I don't believe you people.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? Huh?
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman back with you from Embassy Suites here in downtown Boulder as the traffic and the both on the road and the foot traffic really starting to pick up out here in Colorado as we were just about a mile away from Folsom Field, the stadium, the home of the Colorado Buffaloes. Jay, we talked about Nebraska's defense versus Colorado's offense in the first segment. Now let's switch sides of the ball. Nebraska's offense versus Colorado's defense, all right, because there's been a lot of talk this week, and I think just this blanket and generalized thought of Nebraska needs to run the ball, and they need to do it on in a traditional sense with their running backs, and they'll find some success against Colorado if they do so. And I think that there's levels of truth to that.
Sure.
But I would ask you this: how important is it for Nebraska's wide receivers, for a guy, whoever it is, whether it's an Alex Bullock, whether it's a Billy Kemp, whoever it is, to step up in this game? Because last game, outside of the Bullock touchdown catch in the end zone off the botched trick play, there wasn't a guy like we saw maybe last year or the last 2 years with Samori Toure or Palmer. Trey Palmer.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge because, number one, let's just talk about the conventional run game. Number one, you can take the crowd out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, get them for 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, and then you start converting first downs when it's third and short. You're continually having the ball, continually like if you take a percentage, every first down is 10% of momentum off their sidelines. And then also that's what, the identity that you want to be able to establish and be. And that's what the way this team has to be if they're going to be successful, being efficient and staying ahead of the chains, running the ball. What I mean by that is, even if you get a 2 or 3 yard gain on first or second down or whenever you choose to run, you can't negate that by having a 5 yard false start or legal procedure or legal formation. So as long as they do that, they'll be fine. And then as far as one of the receivers, it goes hand in hand, right? They definitely have to do a better job of getting open and cashing in on or making more opportunities for them to be the only choice, meaning that they're 2 or 3 steps separation on the defender. But then also the quarterback has to get the ball to them in a timely manner. I always say on time, on target, so they can do the things that they have been coached to do after catching the ball. And then also they have to be a two-way player on offense. And what I mean by that is, you can't just be, I'm here to catch passes. We get a running back get to that second level, we have got to make the huge run block. Maybe it might end up being the game-winning block. And so, everybody just needs to pull a little harder and pull in the right direction. Just going to assume that Jeff Sims is going to play and have a better performance than he did last week, because the biggest jump in improvement could be from week 1 to week 2. There's nowhere else for him to go but up. But they got to scheme it up right as well. And I wanted to ask you about this, Nick, even though I'm sitting in for Rico. How I want to ask you, I guess I wouldn't say how important, but how do you think they should go about scheming up? That means the timing of the play calls, the certain play calls, the formation for setting Jeff Sims up for success, especially early.
Well, I think a lot of it was when we look back at last Thursday's game, there was a lot of poor play calling in certain situations, but I think there was a lot of poor decision making in situations as well. I think both things can be true. I mean, for example, on that the drive that there was 12 minutes left in the third quarter, they took the shot. We liked that play call. It was the 2 that followed it up. Right. That was tough to swallow. Then obviously the decision making on the interceptions, tough to swallow as well. I think I'm going to regurgitate what I said prior to the Minnesota game. Figure out a way to establish the traditional run game with a guy like Gabe Ervin or Anthony Grant, or whoever's you feel the most confident in. If that's Anthony Grant, despite what we've been hearing, then go ahead, have Anthony Grant out there. Whoever gives Nebraska their best chance to win. But then I think you got to figure out a way to get the tight ends involved as well.
That's
right.
Huge.
I think you have to get the tight ends involved. And we look, yes, Arik Gilbert's not with or whatever his situation is nowadays. That's not a talking point right now.
Right.
It's the guys in the room, whether even if that is Heinrich Harburg that you want to bring in for special packages, it doesn't matter. Figure out a way to get and maybe even underneath routes with wide receivers.
Right.
Figure out a way to get Jeff Sims in a rhythm. That stadium tomorrow, Folsom Field, is going to be rocking.
Right.
It is going to be rocking tomorrow. You have the first home game of the Coach Prime era. It's the established rivalry between Nebraska, Colorado. Colorado's good, or according to the national media, national standards, they're in the top 25 school. Yeah. Nebraska's always going to bring the fan base and that just charisma and that attention to them. That stadium's going to be rocking. And yes, Minnesota was, but I think this is going to be a step up. And I'm a little concerned with how maybe Jeff Sims might respond.
Yeah, it's going to be huge how he responds, obviously initially starting the game, but how he responds after some adversity, right? So maybe the defense gives up 7 points and you have a 3-and-out series. Well, how do you bounce back? Because you got to reset. That's what the sideline actually is for. And so, that's going to pay a huge dividend. The tight ends, you're 100% on the best. A young and this is what people need to understand. I view Jeff Sims as like a high school type of quarterback. Obviously, that's playing in college. He's better than any high school quarterback out there. But what I mean is he doesn't have consecutive in like 2 or 3 years of starting experience. Yeah. It's very spotty, and you never know how he was coached there because were they really teaching him the nuances of playing quarterback? So he's still kind of green. And so, you want to use the sideline as a teaching tool, but as a refocus tool, as far as him or any player. And then as far as the tight end play, that's the quarterback's best friend. That's Tom Brady. Ask Peyton Manning. They always had tight ends. That's the easiest throw when it's executed correctly. So even go back to the second interception, that throw is so easy. It's pitch and catch because these are big body guys that can run a little bit and they can make contested catches because their catch radius is so high and wide. Use them, and then that might open up Billy Kemp. That might open Marcus Washington. It might like Bullock to get free a little bit on the third or fourth corner. So you have to almost it's like the analogy where Tiger Woods used to say when he first started practicing after the season was over, he started from the green back. Everybody thinks you just go to the driving range. So find different ways to get it to other guys, get them involved or position groups involved, and then you can hammer home with your bell cows. That'll work out a lot better against a team like Colorado because as much as they keep you on edge offensively, you can keep them on edge defensively as well. So that's where Nebraska has to really take advantage. We can play our game longer, harder, and better than you versus we only do it for a little bit and we get down by 7 or 10. You could be down 10 points in the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time to come back. We saw that first game last year.
Well, and I mean, even last week at times, Minnesota down by 7 at one point late in the game.
Yeah.
And Nebraska's been on the receiving end of losses in that situation when they've been ahead in years past. Okay, so now granted, Strick is calling me. Strick, we are on the air. Anyway, at the end of the day, okay, so your answer for this could be both sides of the ball, and that'd be perfectly acceptable. What side of the ball is more important to play well? Is it the defense to keep Colorado's offense off the field?
It's the offense.
Or is it the offense to keep your defense off the field?
Listen, the defense can go out there and play well and give up 20 points. We have to score more than 20 points to even have a chance.
Yeah.
So it's the offense. They owe the defense one.
Yeah.
Right? Now they did some good things, and you go down to the red zone or go down the half-yard line. You messed that up. You had another chance to score. You messed that up. That's all water under the bridge. So we're dealing with right now. We need that offense because the offense and being efficient is the best defense. So so it is the offense. This is 100% on the offense to step up their play. The lazy mind of thinking, oh, well, you got to score 40 points. Sure, if Colorado allows us to score 40 points, good on us, bad on them. But the offense has to step up and be efficient, both in running the ball and passing the ball. That means catching the ball. That means no turnovers. Obviously when you're trying to get a run after the catch. But it really means staying out of your own way. Don't get over your skis. It could be as simple as Ethan Piper staying on a double team a little bit longer before Ben Scott's got to go up and reach the second level. When you're overtaking that guy and the line of scrimmage is moving forward as well. So those are the little things that I always look for. And generally that'll tell you who's going to win or how long they're going to be able to hold on to a lead or come back from a deficit.
Once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline on the Starter Heyman text line. You can see us on the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream as well, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Allo channel 951. Nick Sander, Jay Foreman, Rico back in the studio pushing all the buttons. Jay, we got this off the text line from an unnamed texter. Says, my dudes, everyone is slinging the same strategy of clock control, but our offensive line has done nothing to indicate that it's possible. Better hope our defense forces some turnovers or it may not be pretty. Speaking about the offensive line, is there much you can say other than just, all right, go out and show us this week that it is?
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, I think the offensive line overall is better than last year.
I did not think that they played that poorly last week.
And I was just about to say, I don't think they play as poorly as people were saying it. I think it's the 2 sacks given up by Turner.
Yep.
But I also put an asterisk by those. He was expecting inside help both times. So then that does look like the offensive line. I don't think we've obviously seen worse.
Yes.
So I think they can, but they have to. They also have to double down on a decent performance. Not only have the same performance, they're going to have to play the game of their life as a unit.
Well, and I guess maybe to this texter's credit of how they've shown nothing to indicate it at times. Also, in last Thursday is a perfect example. 2 procedure penalties inside the opponent's 5-yard lines. That can't happen.
The one at the half-yard line is uncalled for. And then you could say, well, you could call a timeout, this, and this. You had him on the ropes. It's essentially all you got to do is just not let the guy, dive into the backfield. You jump off sides. You can't do that. And so, you got to be able to get him over the sideline and the bench is the best coach out there. But then also you have to make sure whoever's going into the game, if you're in a rotation or sub, can play up to a certain level. They just all need to play better. And there's guys now individually that probably played a little bit worse. They need to get it going. If they all play good, if they play good as a unit, they'll be just fine.
Once again, earlier this week, Matt Rule did say that Teddy Prohaska is available, just probably in a limited capacity. Nick Henrich and Jamari Butler are both available and are expected to play tomorrow against the Buffaloes. One thing I did want to say before we get to break here, once again, it's Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman. We're here at the Embassy Suites down in Boulder, as getting ready for the Blur tailgate tomorrow morning. We will be on the air from Boulder at, it'd be 8 a.m. Nebraska time, 7 a.m. Boulder time. So if you are making your way to Colorado, make sure you stop on by and say hello. You can get your tickets online at blurevents.com. So once again, Jay, I'm a little concerned at Nebraska's defensive side. We saw in the first possession of the game last week where Tony White used 15 to 18 different guys on defense on the first possession, right?
Mm-hmm.
Colorado, one thing that they did against TCU last Saturday was they're able to get going and get up to the ball quick enough where they don't have to sub.
Yeah.
Right. If Nebraska finds themselves in a situation to where they're rushing guys off the field and Colorado snaps it, that's where a team like Colorado might hurt you, because you're going to get those penalties where you have too many men on the field because Colorado's not subbing. So therefore the game doesn't have to wait on you.
Yeah. And it makes it worse if they are eating up chunks of yards at the same time, because then it's farther for whoever's the sub to run in. Yeah, I mean, the flexibility that Colorado has afforded themselves to have, 3 receivers that are really good, a running back that can, run in between the tackles, outside the tackles, catch out of the backfield, a decent tight end, and then you have the X factor in Hunter. So they put a lot of pressure on the players, they put a lot of pressure on the individual coaches, and obviously the coordinator and Tony White to be able to match up and understand there's going to be a time that you're going to get outnumbered or whatever it is. That doesn't mean your whole game plan is gone. That doesn't mean that you trash everything. You got to stay pat and you got to show confidence in your players. And they got to start well. They got to tackle well. They got to make up for, their best D lineman being out for the first 2 quarters. And then when, he gets back, he's got to, make up for being suspended. And so it'll be interesting to see how they go about this game. And the first quarter and a half, the first half, or even the first, half of the game generally will tell you a lot. It won't tell you the whole story, but you'll be able to write quite a few pages. And so the offensive line's got a big task, but I think they can do it. I think really when you're in those type of meetings, and I've been on both sides of it, right, where, somebody just had a rough game or you had a rough game, if they know each other and love each other like they said they do, you're going to see a different type of mentality out of a couple of players, and that's going to be definitely a welcoming sight for a lot of fans and coaches, former coaches.
And we saw it last Thursday. Nebraska was able to kind of take the air out of the stadium in Minneapolis, and then also take control of that second half with some momentum on a big special teams play.
Oh, yeah.
You're probably going to need something like that tomorrow.
Colorado gave up a huge return.
Yeah.
Nebraska should be licking their chops. Nebraska was on the cusp of being really exciting in both the kickoff return and punt return team. So they need to at the end of the day, Nick, they have to win special teams. There is no we have got to win special teams.
Yeah.
Okay. That's coverage units, return units, and making field goals, extra points and timely punts with the direction, all that. We got to win. We have got to be a head and shoulders winner in special teams. And then defensively, we have got to either win or break even. Offensively, the way you win isn't by points. It's the way you keep the ball out of their hands, and then you get points yourself. 3, then you get 7, then you get another 7, 3, 3, 3. Well, you're right on the door of scoring 30 some odd points by just staying out of your own way. They do that, they'll be just fine.
Once again, Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you here in Boulder. Rest of the ticket personalities that are coming. DP, Jake, Strick is in town as well. He's about 25 minutes away from here. He's going to be on the block with Strick and Austin here in just a few moments. Terrell, Vershawn, they're all en route as
Farley,
well.
where you at, man? Where is Farley?
There.
If any of you guys see Farley on the road, text it in.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
402-464-5685. Jay, you gonna participate in our weekend picks?
I'll listen.
All right.
But yeah,
you gonna participate?
Yeah, I will.
All right,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
it is. There it is.
yeah.
We're going to be joined. Rico is back in the studio as well. He'll be able to play our music. Rico and Austin coming in for the weekend picks here on the happy hour as we close it out on a Friday, less than 24 hours away from kickoff between Huskers and Buffs here in Boulder. You're listening to the happy hour on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at Oak Street Carpet. Oak Street Carpet. 1732 Oak Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Honey, wake up.
What? Tom, it's 5 a.m.
Help me find my keys. I got to get to a Nebraska lottery retailer early before they run out of trucks and bucks tickets. I really want to win one of the 8 new Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks they're giving away.
Tom, we've talked about this. Trucks and Bucks is the Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game. So tickets are going to be around for quite a while, and it doesn't matter what time of day you buy them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so get back in bed.
As soon as I get back.
From where?
I've got to get to a Nebraska lottery retailer early before they run out of, breakfast burritos. Yeah, breakfast burritos.
Play $2 Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery. You could win one of 8 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Our sense of smell can tell us a lot. Fresh baked apple pie, good. Cigarette smoke, bad. But what happens when bad things smell good? When secondhand vape smells like strawberries, or mangoes, or cotton candy, and dangerous chemicals have a disguise. That's when people let their guard down around secondhand smoke, even though it's all full of harmful chemicals.
Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Hot tub season is here, and to celebrate, Bonsall Pool and Spa is having a Labor Day sale so good that they're offering it for the whole week. Purchase a new High Life Collection or Limelight Collection spa and receive a free step and cover lifter from now until September 11th. Stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new spa today. It's the Labor Day sale from September 1st through the 11th at Bonsall Pool and Spa at 33rd and Highway 2 or at bonsallpool.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert. This is a house of learned doctors. And Enrique Alvarez Clary. Shut up, punch you square in the face. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I don't know, do we have Rico with us? Or whoever's back in the studio running the board?
Hello.
Hey, there he is, Rico. Is Austin there as well by chance?
Hello, friends. Austin is here.
What up, fellas? How we doing? How's Boulder?
He's doing
All
well.
right, man.
Jay's having the time of his life hanging out.
I heard that Nick has a better hotel than Jay Foreman.
He does.
Wow.
Not by. It was not intentional.
Who'd you pay off?
Everything that Nick did there was intentional.
That's not true.
Oh, 100%. Nick
Yeah.
Nick doesn't do things unintentionally. We know how this works.
That's not necessarily true. There's a lot of things I unintentionally do. Nonetheless, hello, gentlemen. How's Lincoln, Nebraska? How's life?
Better than Boulder. It's not Colorado. Colorado stinks. So, yeah, Nebraska's much better.
I like
Except
that.
for-
I like that.
Yeah, except for the whole hydroglyphics thing. You know that.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty
Missing
nice.
out, man.
So, all right, here we go. We're ready for weekend picks here, gentlemen.
I don't know.
I don't know if Rico is, but I think the rest of us are.
So once again, Jay, what we do on weekend picks, if you haven't heard, we go against the spread. We go with the spread.
Oh, okay.
All right. So it's a little tougher. So you have to go against, or you have to choose the whether or not they'll cover or not. And then we always do a super lock, which gives you an extra bonus point, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Or
But
takes away another point.
And it takes away another point if you
Oh.
lose it.
Which I know
Okay.
all too well.
One thing we also do, we don't do just the top games.
Okay.
We do stupid games. We also do largest spreads of the weekends in both NCAA, college football, and NFL. So we got a little background music. Rico, go ahead and hit it. There it is. Weekend picks music. Jay likes this. Jay's going to be bobbing his head a little bit here in the next couple minutes.
Hey, Rico. Nick said, hit my theme music.
Exactly. It is. He chose it. So
Yeah,
Anyway.
hit my theme music.
All right. So here we go. Weekend picks. Just an update on the records. I am 12-5 this season. Rico is 4-13.
we don't need to do that.
And Austin is 9-8.
Damn, Rico.
We don't need to talk about what's been going on because I don't know what's been going on.
Here we go. Okay, we'll go through these quicker because now we have 5 college games and 5 professional games this week. So we'll go through a little quicker here. First college football game. It's Iowa versus Iowa State. The Hawkeyes are a 3.5-point favorite. This one kicks off at 2:30 p.m. on Fox. And then if you haven't heard, there's a lot of politicians attending this one.
Yeah.
In Ames, Iowa.
I'm going Hawkeyes big. They're covering.
Okay. How about that? Jay's going Hawkeyes. All right. Rico?
I am going to join Jay Foreman on the Hawkeye train for this one. Their offense looks better, but I still don't think that they score over 25.
All right, there it is. Austin?
Yeah, Iowa State is bad. I am pretty close to hopping off the Matt Campbell train, Hawkeyes.
Wow, how about that? Off the Matt Campbell train. All right, so we're all for going Hawkeyes as I pick them as well. Okay, next one up. This one kicks off 6 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. Probably the second biggest game in all of college football. It's Texas versus Bama. Bama, a 7-point favorite at night in Tuscaloosa. Rico?
I think that I'm gonna have to stick on the Nick Saban train. I think that the fact that it's in Tuscaloosa will help a lot, and I really like their quarterback, and I think Alabama and Nick Saban win big.
All right, big Jalen Milroe fan. Jay?
And this is the spread, right?
This is the spread. Does Alabama cover 7?
No.
Okay.
They win the game, but I think Texas backdoor.
All right, how about that? Nice little backdoor cover there.
Yeah.
All right, Austin?
Roll Tide. Super lock me.
Super lock the
Hey, Austin come out the gate.
I know what I'm about. Roll Tide.
Okay, so there
He
you go.
said that too. It come out way too easy.
It really does.
It does. That sounded smooth coming out of Austin there. All right, so once again, I'm going to go with Alabama. I think they win by like 10 or 13 points. Late night in Tuscaloosa. Now this one is going to be kicking off at 12:30 p.m. on ESPN Plus. So that tells you the magnitude of this one.
Big fan of this one.
Central Michigan is a 13.5-point favorite over New Hampshire. Who are we taking? New Hampshire has lost their last 9 road games. Jay, do they break the streak?
Central Michigan. They gave New Hampshire a break to make sure it was under 20.
Okay, there it is.
I'm going Central Michigan.
There's no analysis here. Rico.
The Central Michigan, are they the Chippewas? Is that who they are?
They are the Chippewas. Yep.
Give me the Central Michigan Chippewa. I don't even know what are the. I want to say River Cats, but that's the.
Hey, the New Hampshire. That's the River Valley Cats.
Yeah.
Whatever. Hey, just want to let you guys know, New Hampshire is 1-0 this season.
Oh well, good for them.
They won their first game at home last week. They just lost their last 9 on the road.
Good for them. They're going to be 1-1.
Just like a barber says.
Next, Austin, who are we taking?
Fire up chips.
All right. I'm super locking Central Michigan. I think they steamroll New Hampshire over the weekend. All right. Next one up, largest spread in college football this weekend goes to Ann Arbor. The Michigan Wolverines are 37.5-point favorites against UNLV. I'm taking the Wolverines. Jay, who you got?
I'm taking Wolverine.
Against the covering 37.5.
37.5.
Rico, who do we got?
What were they last week? And they broke our hearts?
They were 34.5 last week, and they won by 30.
By 27. It's 30 to 3.
Yeah.
Oh, 30. Excuse me. Yes. I thought it was 33.
Like they're going to let off the gas at some point, but there's no way. I can't confidently say UNLV, so I'm going to go Michigan.
Give me the Rebs. Give me the Rebs.
Right,
I will take them.
How about that?
We knew Austin.
We knew it was Austin.
He has a soft spot in his heart for Suge Knight.
There it is. Here we go. On to the NFL as we'll pick the Nebraska game final. First NFL game that we're going to pick, Panthers versus the Falcons. 3.5-point favorite are the Atlanta Falcons. First game for Bijan Robinson. First game for Carolina quarterback Bryce Young. People forget Adam Thielen is a member of the Carolina Panthers as well. Jay, who you got?
I'm going Falcons.
All right.
I'm a big Desmond Ritter guy. Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. Give me the Falcons, and we're super locking this one, baby.
Ooh, all right, there it is. See,
All
NFL
right.
games are a lot tougher to super lock because
Enrico just did it.
Because
well, I have 4 wins on the season. So are you really surprised?
You need to make up some ground somewhere. Austin, who we got?
Give me them dirty birds.
All right, there it is. All right, next up,
weird.
The 49ers versus the Steelers. This spread was a little closer than I thought it was going to be. Steelers going into year 2 of Kenny Pickett. 49ers just locked up Nick Bosa on that massive deal that then got overtaken by Joe Burrow as well. But then 49ers are a 3.5-point favorite on the road at Pittsburgh. Jay?
I'm going Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think they're going to cover, and I think I can't do super luck. Nope.
No super luck on that one. All right, Rico?
I want to go with the fight in Aaron Davis's, but Bosa versus Pickett just screams, do not take the black and gold. So I'm going to go with the Niners.
Talanoa Hufanga is also on that defense for the 49ers.
Ooh,
Trivia question.
Say that again. Say that again.
Talanoa Hufanga.
Thank you.
And how about that? Just a hypothetical bonus point to whoever can tell me where Hufanga went to college. Anybody?
I'm just going to say BYU.
USC. Nice try. Austin, who we got? 49ers or Steelers?
First of all, question for the Jay Foreman jury. Jay, are you picking Pittsburgh to cover but San Francisco to win? You took the Niners on old school yesterday.
That's hey.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
Look at
Today's
this guy.
not the day.
Today's
okay.
not
Okay.
Jay's a little sleepy. Jay's a little sleepy over here. I don't want to mess with him.
I am picking Pittsburgh to cover, 49ers to win.
Okay, there you go.
I'll take Pittsburgh in that one too.
You'll take Steel. I'm taking the 49ers. Okay, 4 more games. Dolphins versus the Chargers. The Chargers a 3-point favorite.
Oh, I'm picking anybody besides the Dolphins. The Chargers. Matter of fact, I'm a super lock that game.
Spite super lock.
Hey, Rico. Hey, Rico. Hey, we get spicy. Hey, Rico. I hope you. Hey, Jake Sorensen. I hope you're listening. I hope you are almost to Western Nebraska. Hey, Jake. I just got spicy on those Dolphins. You're going all the way out to LA, and they're going to slice and dice you up. Super lock, blowout city. Tua ain't going to get past the second quarter.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So he's taking the Chargers. I am also going to take the Chargers. Rico, who you guys got?
Hey, Justin Herbert is supremely overrated, but man, don't nobody like them Dolphins.
I
Get
feel
out
like
of
that
here.
too.
Get
I
the
feel like
fish
that
out of
too.
here.
Why am I the odd one out here? I got the Fins again.
Okay, how about that? There he is.
As
All right.
as Terrell says, fins down.
As in the second largest spread in the NFL this weekend, it's the Sam Howell kickoff era as the Cardinals travel to Washington, and the Commanders are 7-point favorites.
That should have been my super lock. I'm still going to pick.
You can change it. You want to change it?
Yeah, you know what? I grew up a Washington Redskins fan, and they Commanders. I'm going Commanders to win and super lock.
All right, so
they're gonna beat the brakes off the Cardinals.
We're taking the super lock. I'm taking the Commanders also.
Pocket Hercules.
Rico, who you got?
Joshua Dobbs is in for a world of hurt when they go.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Pocket Hercules isn't playing.
Hey, Terry McLaurin's gonna have at least 4 touchdowns. Like, come on, man.
Here's actually a question, because I'm real high on Jahan Dotson. I'm actually better. I like Jahan Dotson this season ahead of Terry McLaurin.
Oh.
Jahan Dotson over under. This is a side bet. We make up side bets as we go along. I was struggling to think of one as we got when we were going.
Gamble Hall, what?
He really is.
Jahan Dotson over under 99.5 receiving yards.
Under.
And can I add my own?
I'll bet you a Coors Light on that.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. I gotta write all these in. So Austin, you took Austin. Who are you taking? Commanders.
Commanders and under.
Okay, under. I'm gonna take over.
Hey Nick, can this be me and yours little side bet?
Sure.
McLaurin more touchdowns than Jahan in this one.
Well, no, because McLaurin's more of a red zone threat anyway. So
I thought you like him better than McLaurin.
I do like him better than McLaurin. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling.
Right.
I'm guessing you're taking under on the Jahan Dotson.
Yes.
Rico? Okay. 2 more games to go. The largest spread of the NFL weekend, the Texans versus the Ravens at Baltimore. The Ravens are a 9.5-point favorite. 12 p.m. kickoff on CBS. Who we got?
I got the Ravens.
Okay.
Ravens by at least 2 touchdowns.
Texans were surprisingly competitive down the stretch last year, but Levy ain't there anymore. So D'Amico Ryans will get it turned around now this week. Ravens.
That's crazy. I'm taking the Texans. I think the Texans cover.
That's because you like C.J. Stroud.
You guys know I love C.J. Stroud. Though.
Career loser C.J. Stroud.
I like C.J. Stroud. I also like John Mechie, who's back after his beat against cancer. So, okay, here we go. Nebraska versus Colorado. Colorado, a 3-point favorite as of right now here in Boulder. As we know, 11 a.m. kickoff on Fox. I am taking Nebraska to cover. Don't know if they're going to win, but I'm taking them to cover this one. Jay?
Man, I can't.
You can't pick?
I shouldn't pick.
You don't want to pick
because I
All right,
can't
cool.
be on. I can't be on air
right.
not picking my team.
Okay.
Man.
Oh well, that tells you what Jay's at.
So
okay,
he's not picking. Got it.
So Rico, who you got? Who you got,
I
Rico?
just can't do it. I can't utter the words Colorado is going to beat Nebraska. I can't do that.
Okay, Rico, who you got?
Just for the simple fact that I've been so terrible at this, I want to pick Colorado because that means that I'll be wrong. But I think that Nebraska pulls. Should I say that? I've been wrong all the time.
Just do whatever you want to do,
Rico,
man.
do what you do.
Nebraska's
Rico.
gonna win this game.
Yeah,
all
right.
There you go.
Say
Austin?
it with your chest out, Rico.
Skurs, baby.
How about that?
Skurs.
All right, and then Jay is all by himself saying Colorado.
Careful, Nick.
Austin let me down. man.
indirectly, man. Jay just like, I can't say it. I can't say that Colorado's going to beat Nebraska.
I ain't gonna say that.
So don't, Nick. You say it for him.
All right, Jay says that Colorado. No. All right, so we got about a minute left here in the show. Nonetheless, Austin, what you guys got coming up on the block today?
Chiefs Lions, couple I think underreported headlines we're going to get into. Weekend preview, college football and NFL. Obviously, Huskers in Colorado, that'll be a big focus of the second hour, and we'll even dive into some ACC football. Andrew Alex, who's out there in ACC country, rejoins the show. He'll talk some Florida State, talk some Duke, Purdue. Interesting game on the road at Virginia Tech. That's on the block for the next couple hours.
There you go. Once again, Nick and Jay with you guys from Boulder. We're here at the Embassy Suites. We're going to be with you. Pick it back up at 4 p.m. time in Nebraska, 3 p.m. time out here in Colorado, as we'll do old school. If DP's here, he'll join Jay. If not, then I'll fill in until DP does arrive. But that'll do it for us at the happy hour. Thanks to Rico for pushing all the buttons. Thanks to you guys for listening. Nick Sanders and Jay Foreman saying so long for now.
Adios.
Honey, wake up.
What? Tom, it's 5 a.m.
Help me find my keys. I got to get to a Nebraska lottery retailer early before they run out of trucks and bucks tickets. I really want to win one of the 8 new Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks they're giving away.
Tom, we've talked about this. Trucks and Bucks is the Nebraska Lottery's most popular scratch game. So tickets are going to be around for quite a while, and it doesn't matter what time of day you buy them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so get back in bed.
As soon as I get back.
From where?
I've got to get to a Nebraska lottery retailer early before they run out of breakfast burritos. Yeah, breakfast burritos.
Play $2 Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery. You could win one of 8 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company through 36,000.